And it sounds like we're live. I can even hear people in the background.
Yes, so can I.
Hello, those of you who have joined us for this here live stream. Welcome to 1UP's debut installment of Retronauts Lunch Break. Is that what we're calling it?
I think so, yeah.
All right. Better than lunchtime with Retronauts. I am Jeremy Parish.
And I'm Bob Mackey.
And we're here to play video games for you. This is our debut episode, and we're still kind of working up the kinks, obviously. And one of those kinks is that my thumb was cut off in a kitchen accident last week. So
it was no accident.
No, it was
there was
deliberate.
foul play.
Yeah, that's right. So my playing is probably not going to be up to par, but we're going to do our best anyway. We're gonna kick in with Mega Man, the original Mega Man, because this is the 25th anniversary. 20th, yeah, 25th. That's right. My God, anniversary of Mega Man. Wow, it's kind of loud.
That is a bit loud. Let's see if we can fix
turn that down just
We'd
a
like to
bit.
hear ourselves so we can say interesting, insightful things to people.
There we go. All right, so Mega Man debuted on NES 25 years ago, which is a long time. Because I remember the original when it came out. I remember looking at the box art and saying, that's really weird.
It's like, is this some sort of weird kind of Lisa Frank acid trip cover?
Right. So one of the most interesting things that Mega Man did was to let you basically jump in and play any stage you want from the very beginning. There was no prelude, no preamble. You just jumped in and it said select stage. And all you knew was that there were these 6 dudes in superhero costumes that you had to go fight. Over the years, I've learned that the best place to start is Gutsman, because his stage is really tough, and if I can get through his stage without dying horribly, if I can make it through the lifts, then I'm good to go. If I can't, then we're going to go to a different stage, and we're going to pretend this never happened.
That's a sticking point for most people, are those lifts. I remember when I was a kid, I never started with Gutsman because that would just, take the wind out of my sails. Immediately tasked with that challenge. But we have some questions coming in on Twitter, and I encourage everyone to please tweet in your questions.
To @Retronauts.
Yes, @Retronauts on Twitter.
Yeah, I'm off to a great start.
Ike Wagner says he's a bit upset that we're not playing on the real hardware. I can tell you, Ike, that our capture setup makes that kind of difficult. Just with the way
if you want to try streaming HD from an NES, please feel free to let us know how.
Yes, we need you. But I can also say that we're going to be streaming things in their proper aspect ratio starting tomorrow. We're just getting off here, just figuring out how things are working. But so if anyone's a stickler like me, don't worry about that. Let's see, we have some other people tweeting in. Are you guys going to do anything related to the GBA games?
I hope not.
Okay. By GBA games, I think it means Battle Network, maybe?
Oh.
I'm not sure.
Or
Zero.
Games.
Oh, okay.
Oh God. All right. So
it's clear.
I'm in bad shape, folks.
Yeah.
This is a great debut for our Retronauts stream.
Jeremy is a bit handicapped at the moment, and there's no setting for disabled gamers on Mega Man.
Handy-capable.
Yeah, sorry. So yes, please tweet in your questions, comments, or backseat gaming advice to @Retronauts on Twitter, and we will read them out aloud and hopefully respond to them.
I now hate sweet potato chips because they've destroyed my ability to play video games. If I hadn't cut myself up trying to make sweet potato chips, I'd be doing awesome.
That was just pure hubris on your part.
How dare he? How dare he attempt to make sweet potato chips?
He tried to harness the power of the sweet potato. Oh no.
Wow. Okay, so one of the great things about Mega Man is that it's a really hard game.
Yes.
And as you've seen here, it's kind of embarrassing when you lose in public. But that's kind of how video games were in 1987. Let's talk a little bit about the history of Mega Man, as I'm dying horribly.
Go for it.
Oh, I was just going to say, it's important to kind of keep in mind the context of Mega Man, which was 1987, at which point video games as we know it were very different.
Yes, this is one of Capcom's first purely console-developed games, correct? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, up until this point, they had really mostly... Whoa, how did you do that? They had mostly focused on arcade ports, and they hadn't really done a lot of their own ports themselves. They usually, at least not to NES, they usually farmed out their ports to a company called Micronix, is that right?
That sounds right.
And they didn't do a very good job. I don't know. 1942 is really gross.
Yeah.
I don't know if you go back and play the NES version of 1942, but it's shrill and painful.
Did they also do Gun.Smoke or whatever they called it?
I'm not sure about that one.
Because the NES version of that is not so good.
That's an ambitious game, though.
Yeah, it is.
It's kind of RPG-ish in certain ways.
So we can see that the pickups are a different color. They haven't quite nailed it down in this first game.
What? The pickups?
The power
you mean
pickups,
the
yeah,
power
yeah.
pellets.
This
Well,
game has a certain amount of like, I guess you call it wabi-sabi, where everything's just a little kind of off compared to the Mega Man you're used to.
I guess so.
It's still a good-looking game for 1987, definitely.
Yeah, it's a great-looking game for 1987. Actually, when you want to talk about pickups, what's really different about this game is that it has these point pickup things that you grab, those little balls. Like, later Mega Man games did not keep score, but Mega Man, the original Mega Man, actually did. It was still kind of that old-school mold where they thought, well, everything has to, you have to be scored on your performance. Later Mega Mans were just, it's enough to have finished the game, which I'm not going to do, obviously.
Wait, does the score actually get you anything like lives?
No,
I didn't think
whatsoever.
so, yeah.
It's strictly there as a number.
So we have some questions coming in. Matthew J is asking,
Why do you suck so bad?
That's one of the questions.
Mm-hmm.
Matthew J asks, is this streaming we'll be getting less podcasts? No, I'm still doing the podcast weekly. This is just an extra thing we're doing because we like you. Meryl Haas says, can we request games? What do you think about that, Jeremy?
Not for this week, though.
Right. We've got the next few weeks kind of planned out, but feel free to send in your requests, reply to the blogs, and let us know your ideas. We'd like to know what you think would work best in this format. Let's see what else. Miles Prower asks, if you could choose between having a new classic Mega Man and Mega Man Legends 3, which would you choose? What do you think, Jeremy?
I'd go with Legends 3. I think the original Mega Man, I don't know, classic Mega Man, they kind of showed what they can do with Mega Man 9, and then Mega Man 10 said, yeah, we're just kind of back to our old tricks. It wasn't nearly as inventive as 9.
Right. I don't know.
I feel like Legends still has some potential to be tapped.
I think it's still an idea that's not fully realized,
right.
What they were trying to do.
Okay, it seems like I'm getting a little more into the groove of this game now.
Yeah.
It's tough to play when it hurts to press a fire button.
So does this game have like a strange sort of paper scissors rock motif?
Yeah, I mean that was kind of the entire concept was rock paper scissors. You defeat a boss, and that's part of the challenge, is knowing which order to defeat the bosses, because each boss is vulnerable to another boss's weapon. You grab their power when you beat the game, and the character's name is Rockman, and there is kind of a rock and roll motif, but I think it's also meant to be kind of Jongun rock paper scissors.
Right.
There's never been.
I never thought of that.
Paperman,
Rockman as in like rock paper scissors. Cool. I never thought of that.
There is Cutman, who is the scissors, but there is no Paperman.
Right. Wait, maybe you are Paperman, huh?
But no, you're Rockman.
Oh, that's right. Well,
so you're like wrapped around yourself. That doesn't make any sense at all.
Gutsman seems to be the rock guy in this game. Oh wait, who is his power good against? Is he good against Cutman?
Who?
Gutsman's power. I forget.
Yeah, it's good against Cutman.
That's
why there's so many blocks in this stage.
Oh yeah.
You can use the blocks to pick up. You can pick them up and throw them and defeat things with them.
That sort of environmental thing they didn't really bring back too often. I mean, there were the crash bombs in Mega Man 2, but mostly after that they just used Rush in order for you to overcome environmental things, I think.
Yep.
So let's see. Mike Mertes says, you guys have to talk about how awful the cover art is on the first Mega Man.
Well, I already mentioned it.
Yeah. It looks sort of like Capcom contracted someone who was doing amateur album art or something like that. That should be a goal for this year. Find that guy or girl, whoever made that art.
The CIA has put them into hiding. Witness protection. Jump through the wall! Yes.
And also I noticed on Mega Man 1, the boss doors have 2 gates instead of 1. And they also have this weird, like, extra extended section.
No, they always have.
Oh, really? It's always been 2?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's always this kind of, like, loading thing.
I mean, not...
But the extended sections, that's a little different.
I mean, the gate itself is made up of 2 segments. Oh, maybe not in that first one.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Because it's thicker. Got it.
Maybe it's just the aspect ratio.
Yeah, I'm not gonna win here. Let's just get this straight. Not with 1 sliver of health. Come on.
So Dr. Wily made all these robots for a reason. What do you think he made Cutman for?
To cut down trees.
Oh, is that his official reason?
To cut down on crime.
Oh, take a cut out of crime. Yes. So please, as always, tweet in your questions or comments, and we'll respond.
Let's talk a little bit more about the context of the original Mega Man. In 1987, by the time this game came out, there weren't a lot of action games on NES or on home consoles that looked this good. I mean, you had Castlevania, you had, what else? Super Mario Brothers, Ghosts and Goblins.
Yeah, it doesn't seem, seems like this is one of the first NES games to put a thick black outline around the characters, which I guess helps define them a lot more than if you go play like Ghosts and Goblins or whatever. Characters are not this, I don't know, cartoony.
Damn it. Cutman, you bastard.
You could do it! Oh! That was
double suicide.
Oh my god, that's
one of the original the little tricks that happens in this game. You can mutually kill each other.
That was
Double
pretty
KO.
amazing.
Have you never done that before?
I've never seen that before.
Yeah, I actually hit jump after firing off that last shot, but there's kind of this little pause where it stops taking your inputs, so it didn't register my jump, and I died. It's very sad.
We have a lot of questions here. Lick Chen is asking, what do you guys think were the lamest bosses in the Mega Man franchise?
This guy right here is super lame.
I could say there's like a train boss in
Charge Man.
Yeah. Also,
Mega
I think
Man 5.
Napalm Man is just in really bad taste. That's just me speaking, though, because his level is essentially Vietnam. And
This is not like Thalidomide Man.
yeah, Agent Orange Man.
Aha! I got away that time.
Darren Holden asks, how frequent will these streaming things happen? Every weekday.
The idea is every day at noon.
Right.
You will watch me die horribly.
Come on back.
Or actually, I'm going to hand off the controller to people with working thumbs, I think.
We have some other questions at Retronauts. Miles Prower asked, did either of you play
Is
this
he
game?
really Tails?
His logo is at Yoshi Egg, so I doubt it. But
What? That's kind of a lie.
he wants to know if either of us had played this game before 2. I played 2 first. It seems like 2 was more widely available and more like hyped up by Nintendo Power. So.
I played this game first because I was excited about 2, and 2 wasn't out yet, and I got a job mowing lawns that summer. Well, not a job. People would pay me sometimes to mow their lawn. And there was a place in town that had a copy of this game. So I went over and bought it, and I wasn't expecting much, and it turned out to be awesome.
Cool.
Unlike me, I am not awesome.
Well, you had working thumbs at that point.
That's true.
We have other
I can usually
questions.
beat this game on one credit, but it's not happening today.
Why did they change the name of the game for Western release?
Because Rockman is a company that makes audio products.
Really?
Rockman speakers. Yep.
I did not know that.
Yep.
Interesting.
There's a trademark dispute.
So it's sort of like Dragon Warrior, Dragon
Quest. Yep.
Let's
Except
see.
it's a little more tentative because Dragon Quest actually was a game.
Yeah.
Whereas Rockman is like, I don't know. I don't think there's any concern about people getting confused between a video game and a speaker.
Is Rockman still around as a manufacturer?
I believe so. Yeah.
Okay. We should point out this music is in the background is Journey, right?
Yes.
Okay. What song is that?
Faithfully or.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry,
So
Faithfully.
if you're at home, look up Journey's Faithfully, and you'll see it's very, very, very similar to Elecman's theme. So yes, please tweet in your questions at Retronauts. We have other questions. How long will your sessions be? We're guessing 15-20 minutes
Yeah,
at most?
that's the idea.
Yeah. But I mean, different games require different amounts of, I guess, probing.
And this was the game that introduced disappearing blocks, which are one of the worst ideas in any video game ever, and I went up the wrong side because I'm an idiot.
I'm not sure if this Mega Man does it, but my least favorite part of Mega Man game is when you die and the music fades out and all you hear is the sound of the blocks. It's like a total nightmare.
Yeah. It's just a reminder of your failure.
The blocks are mocking you.
The worst thing, actually, is when you jump into a block and it appears, like you jump into the space, and it appears while you're in that space, and you get pushed to the side.
Yeah, the block wants nothing to do with you.
It's just a
Get out of here,
rejection, and then
Mega
you
Man.
fall to the previous screen. It's very sad.
We're making pretty good progress.
I'm doing okay. I'm doing alright, getting good grades. Future's so bright, I gotta wear shades.
I give this Mega Man playing a B+.
Hold on to your praise until I make this jump. Aye.
So does this have the infamous Mega Man glitch where he falls off the ladder whenever you go to the pause menu, or that's starting
Yes.
too? Okay.
That's how it's supposed to work.
Did they explain that canonically? Like, he's looking at his arm, so he has to fall off. I
Yes.
think that was, like, something Nintendo Power said.
I don't trust that.
Just like when your game got erased in Dragon
Oh.
Warrior, it would say, oh yeah, the Dragon Lord messed with the Imperial Scrolls
Right,
of Honor.
yeah.
So, you're out of luck, buddy. Maybe you should have stored those scrolls properly, that's what I'm saying. We have a tiny bit of time
What's
left,
wrong
so...
with me?
Oh, we got more questions. Do you think Capcom should remake some of the old Mega Man titles? They did. They remade this one, Mega
Yep.
Man Powered Up.
And no one bought it, so then
Yep.
they decided not to make the second one.
Which is a shame. I would love to see a remade Mega Man 2.
That's another good reason to go to Gutsman stage first, because that right there is the magnet beam, which is essential for getting through the final stages. And
Oh.
you can either use the power you get in this level the elect beam to break through those blocks, or you can carry Gutsman's ability into the stage, and then lift and throw those blocks. I am ill-equipped at the moment to fling the blocks.
So Mark Jones wants to know, what developer other than Capcom would you pick to make a new Mega Man game?
Grin?
Grin.
No, they don't exist anymore.
I'm going to say WayForward.
Yes. WayForward would be awesome.
They would be really good. Also,
except there would be a lot more boob jiggle.
Yeah, roll would have to be.
Oh, what?
Okay, let's see what else we have here. Did the original Mega Man have a small... Okay, this is by Mike Meritos again. Did the original Mega Man have a small run of copies when it came out? It seemed incredibly rare to come across when I was a kid.
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of Capcom playing it safe.
Yeah.
It didn't have any brand recognition. So unlike 1942 or Ghost and Goblins, it was more like, I guess, Trojan, kind of a game that no one had ever really heard of.
So we have other questions.
All right, so we'll go for like 3 more minutes.
Okay. Jeremy Senior wants to know if we ever played the PC Mega Man game by High Tech Expressions.
Man, I did not. I saw that at like Walden Software and just said, "Ooh, this looks bad."
Yeah. What few NES ports there were on the PC at the time were just abysmal and completely unplayable.
Yeah.
Prove me wrong, audience.
The original Mega Man is infamously terrible.
Who's actually doing the playing? J.R. Wraith wants to know. Jeremy is doing the playing.
Jeremy, well, half of Jeremy.
Yeah. Let's see. We have some more questions. What is your favorite Mega Man weapon? Miles Per Hour wants to know.
Well, I mean, I think the Metal Blade is kind of the default answer. We'll see why tomorrow.
Yeah. I like the top spin because you see a side of Mega Man you've never seen before.
His belly?
Yeah, you see how out of shape he is.
He's got a little gut. Mega gut. Megut.
And Mark Jones wants to know. Oh no.
That elect beam is overpowered.
Looks like we're done.
I guess that's the end of the game.
Does the pause glitch work on this version or no?
Yes.
Okay.
This is very faithful.
Do we have time for one more question?
Sure.
Okay.
Let's look at one more question, and let's look also at the let's look at Fireman stage really fast, just because it had great music.
Okay, Doc.
This was kind of the game I think that made Capcom's reputation. It was internally developed. It was like very, very polished, great graphics, really incredible music.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And also just a lot of fun, very inventive. The flexibility of moving to stages and stealing weapons from enemies. It was very original. It was largely overlooked, I think, until Mega Man 2 came out. But
right, and all the stages are very, very different, which was not something you would usually find in a game of the time.
Yeah. I mean, you had like Super Mario Brothers, where every stage was like either the caverns or the mushrooms. That was about it.
Yeah. Mark Jones wants to know, what are your thoughts on the iOS port of Mega Man X?
Well, I haven't played that, but Mega Man 2 was just, that whole virtual D-pad thing for a really, really tough, twitchy action game, just awful. And
right.
X had even more complex controls.
Based on what I saw, like screenshots, I'm sorry if I'm ignorant to this, but it seemed like less of a port and more of a remake for the iPhone.
Oh, okay.
Like the graphics are remade. It didn't look very good, but that's the kind of a given. Unfortunately, the iPhone is not the best, device for portable retro gaming.
There are some really great iPhone games, but they're the games that were made originally for iPhone, and not games that were made for, say, Super NES and then ported badly to iPhone.
Mike Power wants to know, when we do Mega Man 2 tomorrow, will we be doing normal or difficult mode?
Difficult, because normal mode is actually easy mode.
Ooh.
No, it is.
Yeah, in Japan.
In Japan,
yeah.
it was easy mode. And hard is actually the Japanese normal, which is kind of weird because they usually change it the other way around. One of the really cool things about this game is that if you have the weapon that's strong against this boss, Fireman, if you have Iceman's weapon, you can freeze elements in the stage. Those columns of fire and even the enemies will freeze in place, kind of Metroid style. And here it's really tough to get through this without taking a hit. Unless you have the magnet beam, in which case you can just create your own platform and jump over to the side.
Mega Man cannot slide yet.
He cannot slide.
He did not develop Mega Knees.
Oh well, yeah, that didn't work out. And tomorrow we'll discover if Airman can be defeated. But I think that about wraps it up for this episode.
Yeah.
Thanks everyone for watching our first tentative live broadcast, even though I played horribly because of my thumb injury.
Yes.
My badly timed thumb injury.
Check back again tomorrow at noon for Mega Man 2, and please look at our Twitter at Retronauts. We'll keep you updated on when things are going up and when they're going live, and you can always communicate with us through Twitter at Retronauts.
And we'll see you tomorrow and every day thereafter for the rest of your life. There's no escape.
Oh my gosh.
And there we go.
Alrighty.
The end. Goodbye,
Thanks for
Mega Man.
watching.